Whew, we're getting down to the wire. Day 9 of the World Championships just capped off, and this was all about the relays. Of course, those 4x1s first off, and we're starting on the women's side. Listen, I know a lot of people were making predictions. I made predictions. I wasn't even sure who really to pick. I said the USA had the edge maybe, but Jamaica wasn't making any transfer. I don't know. Listen, this turned out to be a very, very highly competitive race, and I don't even know what happened. USA, they got the win here in a championship record of 41.03 seconds. That is the 4th fastest time in the history of the 4x1. The only ones faster are the USA, who have the world record at 40.8. Then you have the USA again, who have the 2nd fastest time, 41.01 from the 2016 Olympics. Then the Jamaican team, who had ran 41.02 at the Tokyo Olympic Games. And then this USA team right here, 41.03 seconds, championship record. Listen, Tamari Davis, Tawanisha Terry, Gabby Thomas, and then Sha'Carri Richardson. I did not expect this lineup to be put on the track. Maybe this lineup of athletes, but I didn't expect this order. I thought Gabby Thomas would run the back straight. I thought, Tawanisha Terry, I don't even know. But this was an amazing team to be able to put together this kind of time when we're talking about the relay. But Jamaica was right there. Jamaica was really right there from the start. Tamari Davis was out, right? She was really cooking from the blocks, and Natasha Morrison was not too far behind. She was kind of with her, you can argue as well.
Yeah, I'm just super happy. My job was to break the stagger and make sure I get to TT, and I did that, and I fixed our little mix-up, and it was gone.
But on the back straight, there's an argument that they might have lost this on the back straight. Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce kind of got walked down by Tawanisha Terry. I don't want to say walked down, but Tawanisha Terry was cooking on that second leg. She was hawking down that relay and was able to really, hold her own, and if anything, walk down Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce on that back straight.
I'm feeling great. The emotions were definitely there. The nerves started kicking in the closer we got to racing. We had a little mishap, but we just trusted each other to get the job done no matter what, and that's what we did.
Third leg, Gabby Thomas, she got the baton.
It's my first gold medal. I'm really excited, and we made it work. We worked together, and we got it done, and I'm just so happy that we did.
She was out at that point, and then, Sasha Lee Forbes. There's a lot of people saying that, Jamaica made a mistake by, having Sasha Lee Forbes and by having Natasha Morrison. They should have, in my opinion, I think they should have ran the team that ran in Tokyo 2021, right? Brianna Williams to Elaine Thompson-Herah to Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce to Shericka Jackson. That probably would have made them at least a little bit closer, but it is what it is. Sasha Lee Forbes, she passed to Shericka Jackson, but at that point, Sha'Carri Richardson was already getting the baton ahead.
Just learning myself, it feels amazing along with these ladies to do what it is that we've been training to do. No matter what may be put out there, we know what we need to do. So we all had a common goal, and that was to come out here and win.
Sha'Carri Richardson is obviously in the form of her life. PR championship record in the 100, PR 3rd place in the 200. She was able to, get the win in the 100 over Shericka Jackson. It's kind of crazy. I know it's going to sound crazy, but Sha'Carri Richardson is undefeated over Shericka Jackson when we're talking about 100 meters this year, right? It's kind of crazy, but Shericka Jackson obviously dominating the 200. But USA, amazing performances when we're talking about this 4x1. Again, 41.03 seconds. This is not a time to just scoff at. We kind of saw in the heats that when the USA made a little mistake and they still ran 41.5. Listen, we knew that something nice was going to be coming. I thought Jamaica was going to be there. I thought they were going to run Elaine Thompson-Herah and Shericka Jackson on the anchor. I thought they were only making one switch, but unfortunately, didn't come up. Still, 41.21 seconds for Jamaica is still a very, very strong time. And listen, amazing performances across the board. Great Britain came up for the bronze medal, and they didn't even use Dina Asher-Smith. They ran 41.97 seconds, so just under that 42-second barrier. You had them really show up here and then get that bronze medal. I think the tragedy here, of course, is Côte d'Ivoire. They unfortunately dropped the baton. This is really tragic because we saw that Marie-Josée Talu kind of sacrificed any opportunity at 200 to be able to qualify them into the final, running the heats right before the 200 final. And then they ran that African record, right? 41.90 seconds. They technically would have finished 3rd place if they just replicated that race here. And I think this is really a lesson for a lot of people in terms of the relay, that practicing all the time, it definitely helps and it's absolutely necessary, but the relay is never easy. The Côte d'Ivoire has been running relays all year. They've been practicing consistently all year as well, but they dropped the baton, right? Anything can happen when it comes to a 4x1. And I mean, listen, things happen. It's really unfortunate, but listen, United States, Jamaica, Great Britain, 1, 2, 3, amazing performances across the board for the women. On the men's side, Oh, I mean, I would say that this probably went to form for the most part, right? You're talking about the United States getting the win here. They had some little hiccups or something like that. I don't know, but Brandon Carnes, I think it was Brandon Carnes to no allows, right? But regardless, they got the win here, 37.38 seconds. So
it means a lot. It's an honor, you know. I feel like I didn't do as well as I wanted to in the 100, so I just focused all my energy and trying to, you know, leave here with something. And so I knew we had the group of guys to go out there and get a gold medal. Just had to put it all together. We were able to do that.
Man, that's what we run track to do. I love to get on track. I love to compete. That's what we do best.
Probably not as fast as we might have expected. I probably, considering they transferred in no allows on that anchor, I might have expected something a little bit faster. But listen, they got the gold medal, you know, pretty comfortably for the most part. You know, Italy was second place. This one had been a slight upset in terms of, you know, who we would have expected to come in. But Italy, they don't have the fastest guys, right? They're not talking about guys who are running 9.9s or even guys who are running 10 flats. But Marcel Jacobs, of course, he was on that relay running that second leg. They got the silver medal, 37.62 seconds. Kind of, you know, a little bit of, you know, get back in terms of Marcel getting on the podium. Italy, they got the gold medal in the Tokyo Olympics, and now they're back on the podium here, silver medal. But amazing performance for them for silver. Huge shout out to Jamaica. Bronze medal in 37.76 seconds. Akeem Blake, Oblique Seville, Raheem Ford, Rohan Watson.
Over the past couple of years and to the world, but they have said that Jamaican sprinting has been struggling since the retirement of Usain Bolt. And this is the new generation which shows a lot of progress. A lot of us did under 9 seconds this season, which show that we can do tremendous things for the upcoming years and upcoming championship. So everything is going great.
They were able to run this relay. They ran the same team that they did in the heats as they did in the final here, and they got on the podium for the first time for Jamaica since 2016, since the Olympic Games, with Usain Bolt and Asava Powell and Johan Blake, right? All of them, right? This was the last time that Jamaica was on the 4x100 meter relay, and they finally got back on the podium here. Huge shout out to this young team. They're still rising. They're still, you know, finding their chemistry. They're still finding their footing. They're definitely going to be a problem.
I will just focus on just execute my race and make sure that they can run properly. And you know, we are the youngest in the field, and this medal means a lot to us and Jamaica. So I'm really proud of all of us and myself. Thank you.
They still have a lot more to go in terms of like the speed department. Jamaica's world record is out there. I don't think anyone's going to touch Jamaica's world record from the 2012 Olympics. That was a legendary team, but they really showed up here. Again, United States getting themselves together. This was a good race for the United States to be able to really put things together. You know, they finished second place last year to Canada at the World Championships. They got the gold medal at the Doha World Championships, and then they didn't even qualify out of the heats at the Tokyo Olympics. So United States kind of finding their footing. And listen, Noah Lyles, the first American man since Tyson Gay in 2007 to win the gold in the 100, the 200, and the 4x100 meter relay.
Noah, you're the first American since Tyson to get the triple 100, 200, 4x1. What's that mean to you?
I mean, shoot, same coach,
same coach,
same team, same goals. I mean, there must be something in the water in Claremont at Pure Athletics.
Of course, Usain Bolt did it a trillion times, so Usain Bolt is always on the map there. But listen, Noah Lyles, 2023. Usain Bolt, 2008, 2009, 2012, 2013, 2015. Crazy amount of times. Then you have Tyson Gay, 2007. Then you go all the way back to 1999 with Maurice Green at the Seville World Championships. Then you have to go all the way back to 1984 with Carl Lewis, who did the four gold medals, right? 4x1, 100, 200, and the long jump. So not many guys are able to actually complete this feat. So I have to give huge shout outs and huge props to Noah Lyles for finally completing it here. But let's move over to those 4x4s. Now, the men's side, I mean, nothing too crazy happened, right? Everyone qualified through. The United States, the United States is probably going to win very comfortably. I think they're going to bring in, a couple other guys like Rai Benjamin is going to come in. We're going to see what happens with that. Quincy Hall probably going to come in. Vernon Norwood. We're going to see what happens, but everyone qualified through. Huge shout outs to India. They actually got an Asian record of 2 minutes 59.05 seconds. Amazing performance for India. They actually finished second place to the United States in their heat. So great performance there in Great Britain. They qualified through very comfortably. Matthew Hudson-Smith is definitely going to come onto the relay final. So we're going to see what happens there. Jamaica qualified comfortably, 2:59.82. So everyone's in. I think Botswana also got in on time. They're going to probably bring in Letsile Tobogo to see, what he's able to do there. But great performances across the board. Men's 4x4 was that. Women's 4x4. Now, this is where the shock, other championships kind of came, at least in terms of the relays, right? women's 4x4. First off, the United States was already battling it out with Great Britain throughout their entire heat. They were already having, a little battle. It was, probably too close for comfort in terms of United States when we're talking about the 4x4. Now, they unfortunately got disqualified for passing out of the zone. So what does that mean in a 4x4? Well, there are zones in the 4x4 if you don't follow. Honestly, I barely pay attention to zones in the 4x4, but the United States unfortunately got disqualified. I think it was Quinera Hayes to Alexis Holmes on the final changeover, and I'm not exactly sure what was kind of going on. I think there was some situation where the United States was placed on the inside when Great Britain was supposed to be on the inside. It goes based on who crosses the 200-meter mark first, and then based on that, the outgoing runner is going to be placed either in those corresponding lanes, so first, second, third, etc. USA was placed on the inside when possibly Great Britain was supposed to be there. Regardless, might have caused some confusion, but then Alexis Holmes seems to have taken off and wasn't looking back without having the baton in her hand. I don't know, it was a really kind of confusing situation, but they passed outside the zone. I mean, they were far, far outside the zone. I'm gonna be honest, they were far. I think a protest probably occurred, but at the end of the day, I mean, they were far. United States disqualified. This is the first time since 2005, the Helsinki 2005 World Championships, that the United States did not make it into a World Championship final. There's times that they've lost, right? As recent as 2015, they got the silver medal, but they have always made it into the final the first time since 2005. But regardless, you got some quality women who are going into the final. Great Britain and Northern Ireland, right? They're going to have a very, very strong team and definitely going to be contending for a gold medal there. Jamaica. This opens the door for Jamaica to get a gold medal, right? They haven't gotten a gold medal since 2015 when they beat the USA there. So this opens up a very, very strong possibility for them. Shout out to Canada as well. Canada, do not sleep on what Canada might be able to do. They have a very strong team that I'm definitely going to be looking at. Even Italy. I know Italy, was in the mix. They finished third in their heat, but they're definitely going to be one to look out for. Belgium, listen, the 4x4, I actually, I'm looking forward to this 4x4 considering that it opens things up. If the United States was running in the final, they would have gone. They would have been gone. And I really wanted to see them run, right? You would have had Gabby Thomas. You would have had Shamir Little. You would have had a couple other ladies, right? But unfortunately not going to be there. Regardless, this is going to be a good 4x4. So just the relays that we're talking about today. We got one more day, day 9 of the World Championships. It's been a very, very long week, but we got some relays that are closing out. Today was an amazing, amazing day to see these 4x1s really go down. Let me know. I put up that poll about the men's and the women's 4x1. A lot of y'all were voting. I think a lot of people were wrong, but regardless, it's always good to be able to make some predictions and see if you're right or wrong, whatever it is. Let me know what you thought about day 8 of the World Championships, and we're going to be back again next time. Thanks for watching.